What's up, everybody? It's your boy RadTechShoe, and I am bringing you part 16 of my Devil May Cry 4 LP. So before we start this mission, we're gonna go into the power up menu, and I'm just gonna get I'm gonna purchase level 3 Trickster. Level 3 Trickster grants us the air dash, primarily. And for guns, I'm gonna go into Pandora. I'm gonna buy Hatred and Revenge. Now, if you read them, it says at the very end, it says successful attacks will fill the disaster gauge. The disaster gauge is a new mechanic introduced, and it deals exclusively for Pandora. Successful attacks with Pandora will fill up the disaster gauge, and when the disaster gauge is filled, you can unleash Pandora's most powerful attacks of like using the multi-rocket launcher that you saw Dante use at the end of last mission's cutscene. But I'll showcase more of that. Let's go ahead and actually start this mission with an opening cutscene.
Oh, great. As if I didn't have enough obstacles already.
Alright, so poison gas is in the air, so we don't have much time, but we do have enough time to get this combat adjudicator over here, and luckily, it doesn't require all that much. So we're just gonna go ahead and knock this bad boy out. We've got a few enemies to go through with, some mandatory battles before we can leave. So I'm gonna try bypassing what I can in this mission. But I'm just gonna try. I'm only gonna fight the battles that need to be fought, for the most part. So once we get this combat adjudicator, we'll be able to move forward. There we go. Alright. And as you can see, my health drained noticeably. It's not a huge problem. But we get green orbs along the way. And we get to fight some cutlasses. So, the best way I found to deal with them is to shoot them, try and expose them just for a little bit, and then a slash at them while they're partially exposed, and you should be able to knock them out completely, provided the others don't get in your way. Alright, so 1 down, 2 to go. I'm here. Hold still. There, I'm on. The good thing is, once their top half is exposed like that, they actually stay stationary for a little bit. So we've got 1 more to go. The thing I don't like about these guys is they love to hide. I mean, they just love to hide. But we're going to finish this guy off. In my test playthroughs, these guys took a lot longer than necessary, so I'm glad this time around it didn't take much. So, all the way down the hall is the door we need to go. And the door will unseal for us once the last cutlass finally vanishes. So, you remember that dice game that we played with Nero? Well, we're gonna go. Dante's gonna deal with that in his own unique way. So Dante's not gonna even bother playing with this game, and I'm not even gonna bother fighting with these enemies. We're just gonna ignore them. Come on over here to the containment room. Now these enemies we do have to fight. The good news is They're not too difficult. So we also have some Bianco Angelos to deal with, as well as some Gladius. So let's just go ahead and deal with these guys. I like to take out the Angelos first. And I'll show you the Pandora. The Pandora right there is great for taking out it's not the Colossus, excuse me. The Gladius. God, I keep drawing a blank on their name. But when they're stationary, you know, the Pandora just does a great job on them. One shot and they're dead. Because we don't have Nero's Devilbringer to bring them down and bring them closer to us to attack, so we have to use Pandora. But as you can tell, Pandora just does a number on them. Now, if you look up in the top left corner of the screen, right there is the Pandora gauge. It is the purple meter between the Dante's two health bars. That is what is filling up every time we land a successful attack with Pandora. And when we do that, and when we max it, the more we max it out, the more we can do Dante, the more rockets we can fire with Dante's ultimate attack. You know, where he sat in the chair of that rocket launching device when he defeated all of the Dagon at the end of the last mission. That's his gunslinger ability with Pandora, and the more we fill up the disaster gauge, the longer he can stay in that chair and fire rockets. So it's not an ultimate gig attack. It doesn't one-shot everything on the screen like it did in the cutscene. It's kind of fun, but you know, Pandora's just default attack is pretty good. And right now I'm just trying to destroy the shield, but it's not working. So right here is there are two other abilities that we bought, Revenge and Hatred. One of them, you tap left or right 3 times in the directional pad in order to transform it into the bazooka. And to get it into the laser cannon, you have to rotate the analog stick 3 times. And then he'll just slam it on the ground, transform it, and a big laser blast will come off. And I've managed to rack up some decent combos with that, especially if you fire into a group of enemies. But as you can see here, we're still in the poisoned area, and I get kind of turned around in here. So there we go. We got one more wave of Bianco Angelos and some Alto Angelos to deal with as well. But the laser itself isn't the greatest. As you can tell, like, it didn't even hit that guy because I fired a little too soon. So I'm just going to double trigger and try and power through these guys. Alright, so we've got to pretty much deal with these guys. I hate it when the Biancos keep interrupting me when I'm trying to kill the Alto Angelo. Alright, we got one left. Oh wait, here's an Alto. Yeah, I thought we had one more Alto left. But since he's all alone, he is no trouble for me at all. I'm just going to shatter his shield and then just continue to beat the crap out of him. Alright, too easy. Alright, so let's go ahead, head out the door. I'm going to smash this last barrel over here. Alright, and out here, as you can see, the gas does not reach us and we're safe. So let's head on up. And we're back all the way up top of this chamber. And if you remember where this chamber started at, we're actually underneath. Oh, here's the ultimate. That's the gunslinger ability right there. I just felt like playing around with it. And there's Trickster level 2, the air dash. You need Trickster level 2 to reach a secret mission, but I still can't reach it for some reason, so I'm just like, I didn't even bother sweating it. Like I said, because of last mission and that stupid secret mission that I could not beat no matter how hard I tried, I'm not going to sweat trying to get secret missions at this point. If I get them, I get them. If I don't, I'm not going to sweat it. But now that the ice is gone, we can actually leave the front door and exit Fortuna Castle. Here's the, and there's the minigun, which is the aerial gun, the aerial attack, the aerial attack for Pandora. Right here, I'm pressing triangle and holding it, and right there was the round trip attack that I purchased some time ago, and I've never really used it. As you can tell, it's alright. When you release it, he'll throw it and it'll stay out there. If you push triangle again, Dante will immediately call it back to him. So, it's an okay attack. Not the greatest, but, it's kind of fun. I just wanted to showcase it right there just for fun. So, once we leave Fortuna Castle, we will actually encounter a brand new enemy. And they're pretty weak, they're pretty easy. The problem is they're quick, they don't like to stand still, so it's kind of a pain to fight them. But at the very least, there's only a small handful of them, and like I said, they're pretty easy. So let's just go ahead and trigger the cutscene and introduce our brand new enemies. Alright, so these are the Hellhounds, and they're pretty simple. They love to just run around. They're very weak. The fact that anything can knock them back, a shotgun, a rocket, stinger, it knocks them back. They're pretty much like scarecrows. It's almost to the point where it's like, I kind of wish that they didn't get knocked back so far. Like, it's kind of like to that point, but... So I'm switching up guns. I'm just trying to finish them off, but I'm tired of not chasing them down and knocking them away. And there's only one left. Trying to get the red orbs before they vanish. And that is it. Alright, so up the mountain is where we need to go, because if you remember when we played as Nero, the bridge collapsed. So we need to head up the ruined side of the mountain, and up here is actually where the secret mission is of this level is, and for some reason I can't get it. I think there's one guy that says like you need to use Lucifer to reach the platform, and for those of you who don't know what Lucifer is, it is a weapon that we do not have yet because we have not gotten that far in the story mode. But up there, following that path of red orbs, is where the secret mission is. I just can't get up there. I get very close, but I just can't seem to get up there. So, I'm trying to use Trickster level 2. I just can't seem to do it. So, like I said, it's just one of these aspects of, and I thought I almost made it, but no. But I just gave up, and I'm just like, you know what? The hell with it. Tired of this. I'm tired of the game doing this. Like, where it makes things, like, you have to be too perfect in order to do something. So, I'm just going to bypass these guys. Like I said, I don't have to fight them, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to try and outrun them. Now, all the way around here is a red orb. It's only 100, so you can bypass it if you want, but I just want to show you up. I just want to get it. It's up here. And the Hellhounds will actually catch up to me now, as you can tell by the music changing. But I still managed to get away from them. And now we're back in the mines. So, down here, if you remember, there was a blue orb fragment that I struggled to get. It was very difficult, and it was a pain in my ass. But come this way. Stinger jump, double jump, air dash, bam. Look at that, first try. And I got over here where that blue orb fragment was hiding. So, if you don't like doing it with Nero, you can always do it with Dante. And he does it real simply. First try, you just need to have Trickster level 3. Come on down here. We have a red orb stone that we need to destroy and get some more red orbs out of. Alright, it is boss fight time. So let's go ahead, head outside the mines, trigger the cutscene, and begin the boss battle.
Posing as God? How ridiculous.
You don't say. Wish you would have noticed me earlier. Now my coat's all charred.
The infamous son of Sparta. I will avenge my compatriots slain by your sword.
Alright, it is Burial, round 2. He fights exactly the same, he has no new attacks. But if you notice that he'll behave in an actually similar manner. He'll just walk around, he'll sword swipe. You can dodge them by rolling and whatnot. Just roll, jump, Swordmaster up in his face. You want to stagger him and knock his flames out. But even like this, he'll still attack you. If you stagger him enough, though, you'll actually knock him to the ground. So then you could just double trigger and just go ahead and wail on him. Right there. Right. Watch out for his bull rush. And right now he's got me pinned to the wall, but I need to get some distance. So right now I'm using Gunslinger and I'm just unleashing all my missiles I can at him. It didn't really do all that much. Like I said, it looks cool, but it doesn't really do much. So, he's almost dead. So, we're going to go ahead and finish him off, and then get a new weapon after the cutscene. So, let's go ahead. We got to knock him down one more time, and then he'll be... There he is. Alright, let's go finish him off.
You surpass my abilities. How shameful.
You can stay and die. Or you can walk your ugly ass back through that gate. It's your call, pal.
I've retreated once and will not do so again.
That's a letdown. I was hoping for a bit more than just a few sparks. satisfied. You are set free. It don't look so big from where I'm standing. Now it's just you and me, Mr. Savior.
And now we have Lucifer. And that was quite the unique cutscene, I'll admit. But let's go ahead, head down here, go through the door, and this will end the mission. Alright, so finally done. So with this one, we're finally done with this mission, and that was all the bosses. We've defeated all the bosses yet again, and now we have a weapon for each boss. So let's see. I'm not a big fan of Lucifer, to be perfectly honest. Like Gilgamesh and Lucifer just aren't my favorite weapons, but I'll still buy a bit. I'll still buy moves for it, and I'll showcase it off next mission. Though I will at least give you guys something different. But we're just gonna go ahead, save our game, overwrite our data, and at this point, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a redemption video where I try and go back and get all the secret missions that I've missed. I'm not sure if I am going to do that. I have yet to make up my mind. But I will eventually make up my mind on that. Anyways, I will see you all in the next mission. This is RadTechShoe, signing off.